Thank you, dude.
Probably didn't for sleep.
All right. Yeah, it just blows all over the place and all that stuff. All right, cheers, dude. Uh-huh. I've made kind of a hobby, I don't know what you call it, but it was an overflowing trash can with someone sort of sifting through it. And then the purple shirt rolls up and calls in a maintenance request. So people sift through the garbage without regard and make a big old mess. So living around here, it's always changing from day to day. Some days you see the best in humanity and just the slightest hope that society is functioning as it was intended. So it was kind of neat that just randomly I'm picking up some trash, a maintenance worker comes up and calls in a service order, and a pickup truck's gonna come over with two big strong guys are gonna pick up all the trash and clean everything up and move on. And that actually happens every day in downtown LA. It's not that they don't power wash the sidewalks. It's not that they don't pick up trash. They do it constantly. So hopefully today's video will be just a little snapshot of the tug of war, the ebb and flow of functionality and dysfunction in Los Angeles. So when the regional connector opened, I was out there the day it opened, so proud, and I am still very happy with the benefits that having those extra metro stations bring to the downtown area. So we're not going to ride the regional connector today. We're going to take the Metro heavy rail back out to Macarthur Park. It's always crappy when there's garbage cans and there's still trash around it. I watched an Uber driver throw his coffee out the window on the street in front of my apartment. And as tempted as I was to throw it at him, I handed it back and said, "Hey, excuse me, this is my home." And the guy looked totally middle class, but that was a little code. I do get mad Karen homeowner energy when I see people casually trashing my block. I am literally invested, and figuratively, I just don't want to live in a shithole. And I know to the rest of the country, LA is a shithole, but I do hold some hope. So today we're going back to Macarthur Park yet again. Macarthur Park has definitely been a topic of more of my videos than any other place. And if anyone's noticed, I haven't really been doing very much in the way of videos lately, because one still has to earn a living and work comes first. So one more bus stop, modestly cleaner. I rode the bus to work for quite a while, and it's kind of a drag being on the side of the road like that, but standing amongst trash and all that is just kind of a even bigger drag. All right, so enough digressions. But sometimes it's just those low-hanging fruits. It's like you could just throw away a couple things and make an area look so much more distinguished. So fingers crossed, nothing crazy is going to be in this elevator. Uh-huh. So it is a nice touch that they added classical music to this pitch black descent into the metro. All right, how are we looking down here? Not too bad. Stark contrast to the last time I was here.
Completely free, completely.
I'm good, thanks.
You good? Oh, okay, perfect.
So, no more vendors. No more tents, just a lot of trash. So, can't say that it's much better. Maybe more organized. Can't say that it's more pleasant or anything. All right, so the last time I was here was, I think the end of summer, so it must have been like early August or something. And it was as bad as I'd ever seen it, and I kind of lost my appetite for the place. So, it's improved quite a bit. It's pretty much like baseline deplorable again. So I guess last time I was here was when it was as bad as it ever was. Still got a ton of junkies and non-junkie homeless people. Oh, sorry, man. So my last video, I was a little shocked. I've never had so many people watch a single video of mine. And then people's commentary was mostly down to earth, but there was a lot of oddballs and all that stuff. You know, that I get what I deserve, I get what I voted for, and it's like, you don't know how I voted, you don't know what I deserve.
Short ball और chance हो सकता था, बहुत ही करीबी मामला।
But as a citizen of this city of ours, I do have expectation and a desire for things to improve. I don't know if a lot of the problems here can be solved on a local level, to be honest with you. I'm just going to pass through here real quick before someone calls me up. Never had any problems before, but I definitely have gotten creeped out a couple times here. Almost always revolves around the camera. So that's the worst part of the park, the east side, and now we're gonna head over to the west side where, at least as I recall, is a lot more civilized and under control.
Está cayendo el chingo de nieve, toda la cara. No.
In my humble opinion, the park still is salvageable. I know that sounds really silly to some people, but I've seen this park cleaned up. I've seen it filthy. I've seen it in every stage. So what we see here today is really not that much different than as it's been historically. Sort of a place where the down and out and the families that live in the neighborhood sort of coexist. And over here is kind of the family-friendly side of the park where there's a playground, there's shade, places to sit down and relax. So my rule of thumb as a citizen of LA is that certain rules and regulations and codes of conduct, etc., are only applicable when people are not shooting up heroin and fentanyl. I'm gonna sort of let the dogs roam around off leash. I don't think it's gonna bother anyone. Well, I could already tell my dogs are kind of bored and they're starting to resort to trying to eat everything on the ground, and that's definitely no good. So I'm not going to take too long, but I'm just going to make this little corner of the park. All right, that little chunk was pretty easy. Let's go do over here. Yeah. I really shouldn't pick up this cake, but it's just gonna get eaten by the geese anyway.
Hey, Melvin.
How you doing, sir? Very nice day, huh?
Yeah. Somebody this was crazy.
I know. All right, I think this is gonna be my last hurrah. About an hour's worth of work. And made a tiny dent temporarily.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, how about you?
Very well.
Right on.
My great uncle.
Where?
He's right underneath the lake. You see where the waterfall is at?
Yeah.
He's 15 stories under there. His name is Uncle Scarface. My name is Damien. I'm the owner. I'm the Grim Reaper. And I'm about to set the darkness on fire. By opening the door of darkness is where it's at.
Oh, right here's.
Key of darkness.
I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong for sure. It's close to it.
Yes, it's the lake of fire. The gates of hell, which is on 606 in town. Lucifer hides under there, 15 stories under.
I thought he worked for the Metro in the 90s or something.
I never knew the history, only the spiritual being.
Gotcha. Are those your birds?
Yes, sir.
Oh, right on. All right, my bag has gotten wet, and that's like my worst nightmare, so I'm gonna have to sanitize a little bit. I should wear gloves, but damn, when it's warm like this, it's really, I don't know. I don't know what I want worse, sweaty hands or some type of disease. All right, we're gonna hit the road. That guy was really, really intense. As he was talking, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stand a little bit farther away. Oh, my pleasure, sir. All right, have a good day. When I said I used to have birds just like that, I was like, oh, wait a second, maybe that's the Lucifer he's talking about. But alas, he was harmless. All right. That's about an hour and a half's worth of work and a job well done. So here's the rest of the park. We're next to Wilshire Boulevard, and this viaduct that Wilshire goes down is being discussed to be removed. It looks like we got a nonprofit with clothing distribution. I heard a rumor, and this is not substantiated, so bear with me. But I heard a rumor that a lot of the clothing donations for the Palisades and the Eaton fires Apparently they had too many donations, or so many donations that they made it into homeless services. Honestly, a group of like a half dozen volunteers could knock out this park in like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And it is so true. But the human crisis, that is the deplorable fentanyl mess that plagues LA and other parts of the country for sure. It's not just an LA thing, but the weather makes it a lot easier here. But if I called 911, I'll be honest, if I called 911 right now for some sort of emergency, there is a small chance that I would get right through and immediately would have some sort of emergency dispatch. But there are random times where it's a little bit more difficult than that, so you do kind of come here at your own risk. This part of the park, there's really no reason. This is a lost cause for now. There's no reason to come to this side of the park. So, no more street vendors. All the way down to Langer's. I'm not gonna go by Langer's this time because I gotta go to Home Depot, which is on Wilshire. This is the old 99-cent store. It's been closed for quite a while. And our lovely transit stop. It always hits differently when you've got some form of purpose in an area. Even if mine is simply going to Home Depot, I could have driven there. It's no bother at all, but this is a case of the journey being more important than the destination. So just a couple of blocks away is the staple of every suburb.
They told me to come in here. They told me to come in here.
Oops, sorry. Always a trip. It's always interesting going to McDonald's. All right, so we're gonna head back to the metro station, go to run the next errand. So there's still some shanty towns around here. This Baby Shark, I assume it's playing on a loop. Those folks, I wonder if it showed up on camera, those folks had bags, but those bags appeared to be care packages filled with Tukis, lighters, and other things. I've sort of gotten a bad vibe from some of the homeless services lately, so it's good to know that it was recently brought up on possible corruption and a dramatic lack of any sort of improvement whatsoever. So just basically flushing money down the toilet. So when it comes to dealing with tax dollars and dealing with the homeless, accountability is really the most important thing. Our alley is kind of infamous.
Like, I don't want to stand for nothing like that.
I was starving, so that's why I went to McDonald's, but really, in hindsight, I should have gone here. I ate here in one of my older videos, and it was pretty decent. Poor doggos. I would love nothing more than to find a good home. I don't know what living here does to a person. I still feel like all my childhood sensibilities are still in place. I love nothing more than this guy with the bolt cutters right here. I love nothing more than for someone to steal his bolt cutters from him. All right. Well, back on the train.
Hello.
This was it, right? This was the Starbucks?
Yeah, we're supposed to this time.
All right, well, that's our little metro adventure.